Greetings, everybody. Today, I shall discuss Mass Effect 3's content, Omega. It was released just today, and I beat it about 4 hours, give or take. Playing on Insanity, however, so some of that was combat restarting. But, what is Omega? Omega is the story of how you, as Commander Shepard, male or female, go out of your way to help Aria take back Omega. Now, you could think of Omega as being like Mos Eisley, but in space. A giant space jellyfish Mos Eisley, also known as Omega. Now, you meet Aria in Mass Effect 2, and you do some dealings with her on the interesting place known as Omega. She's a very powerful, a very strong character. She's set up as such, and you experience that throughout the entire content. She is shown to be strong, to be powerful. So they keep the character of Aria intact, which is good. You need that for continuity's sake, and like Mass Effect, continuity is kind of its bread and butter. But the actual happenings of the add-on are what define it. Is it a good Mass Effect add-on, and is it good add-on? Add-on. Now, in terms of being a Mass Effect add-on, you have to think about what makes Mass Effect Mass Effect. Well, of course, you got to think about the choices. Do you make any massive, huge choices that really change how the outcome is? And no. To be honest, you really don't. There isn't some big... You aren't faced with some sort of moral dilemma or some sort of personal dilemma to get forces to help you with your ultimate goal of being the Reapers. In the end, it's just you helped Aria get back Omega. So, the question is, does it succeed? In that end, insofar as being a good addition to Mass Effect? Not really. Which seems kind of odd considering Leviathan, while it also didn't have a lot of choices, was really big in the lore. It gave a huge backstory, especially in terms of the Reapers. It gave a whole new context to the ending. This one doesn't seem to do it that much. Which seems kind of odd. But when you consider what happened, when you consider that the city of Omega, which was something you spent a lot of time in Mass Effect 2, you met characters like Mordin, and you re-met Garrus. As odd as that seems, you re-met him there. There was a lot that happened there, and the idea of going back and liberating it in its own right does justify the lack of choice, but more so the emphasis on the delivering of the story. So is it perfect on that end? On the Mass Effect end? It's not perfect. But certainly it does what a Mass Effect add-on should. It definitely develops on some of the lore, but it allows you to feel that character development that is also really strong in the Mass Effect series. Now, on the actual downloadable content side, is it a good piece? Is it worth your money? Well, in sort of a vindicative sense, it is. What do you mean vindicative? It's sort of a kind of cheapish, not so much so of a cash grab from BioWare in a weird sort of way. But there are weapons that you can find, as you do in Mass Effect, that are, or were, originally pre-order bonuses. So now people who are locked out of obtaining these bonuses, they can now get them. They just got to find them in the campaign, and they have them. Now, granted, these were two I already had, so it's kind of like, well, thanks, guys, but I've not even using them, so... Yeah, that's nice. It's good to... whatever. But it's good to know that BioWare is at least going, hey guys, take this, and here's a cool story now. But I'm trying to figure out what fully made it worth it. What makes the $15 price tag stick? Not much. It certainly is a cool experience being able to go and liberate Omega. To see this very large, very well-defined struggle that happens between the civilians and the Cerberus occupiers. It's actually quite tense. And there are moments that remind me why I like Mass Effect. The actual score is inhumanly good. I've always liked the Mass Effect soundtrack. Mass Effect 1 is up there with Halo 1 for awesome soundtracks. And this content piece adds a moment where the proof of the soundtrack being amazing, strong. But it just doesn't feel like it's completely worth it in some regards. Now, certainly in the sense of you helped Aria gain control of all three of the mercenary gangs, and now you want to help her get back Omega. If you wanted to do that, this is your chance. But is the $15 price tag worth it? Not so much to me. But I certainly enjoyed what I played of it. It felt good, it just didn't feel right. I know that doesn't sound very plausible, and I'm kind of talking out of my ass when I say that, but I always talk out of my ass, and that's why I love me. And that's why I like making these videos. Because, to be honest, it makes sense. Sometimes companies sell great downloadable content, and sometimes they just don't. Now, this isn't a terrible piece of content, but maybe you would want it to go on sale. Or maybe you want to get it as, somebody gifting it to you. Or maybe if you're really just that devoted to Mass Effect, you should go and just charge headlong into it. That's what I did, and there are definitely worse things, that's for sure. But that is all I have to say in regards to Mass Effect 3's Omega. The holidays are quickly reapproaching, oddly enough. Hopefully I will be able to actually make stuff when I'm traveling again, so that'll be a thing. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I shall see all of you later!